Buonasera, welcome to our evening class of the Ambrish Quick Patente. We are doing a quiz and I'm telling you the tips on how to read the sentence, how to understand it, and how to answer. Now, there are two types. When you're driving a vehicle, there are two ways when you have to stop the vehicle. First, let's say if Lee is driving and she saw her friend and she just put indicator, she stopped there and said, "Hi, how are you?" They're chatting. So now, did anybody force Lee to stop? No, it was her own necessity. It's called esigenze, means necessity di brevissima durata. Such kind of stopping is called fermata. Got it? But now Lisa is driving and she's in a hurry, but there's a traffic jam and she is made to stop and she's like not very happy with it. Now, did she want to stop? What made her stop? The traffic made her stop. That kind of stopping is called arresto. So remember, arresto is when you stop for the necessity of the traffic. Fermata is when you stop for your own necessity. Got it? A small nod? Okay. Fermata di un veicolo, that's a definition, è temporanea sospensione della marcia, temporary suspending a driving for esigenza di brevissima durata, for necessities of a very short time. That is called fermata. That's true. Now, what this sentence is telling you, it's much better to understand when I draw. Now, let's say this is a road. There is a corsia, one lane, and there is another lane. Now, there are lots of vehicles over here. Now, let's say Crisilda wants to overtake. Now, Crisilda has overtaken one car. Now, does she have to come back over here to overtake the next car, and then come back and overtake here? No, right? She can overtake 3, 4 cars if she doesn't cause obstacle. Have you understood this? After you understand in English, it's better to understand in Italian then, okay? It says, dopo aver eseguito la prima manovra di sorpasso, after having executed the first maneuver of overtaking, in strada ha almeno 2 corsie per senso di marcia, on a road which has at least 2 lanes for per senso di marcia means for every direction. 2 lanes to go and 2 lanes to come. È possibile eseguirne un'altra, it's possible to overtake another one, senza rientrare a destra, without coming back on the right side if it doesn't cause obstacle. And that's why this is vero. Have you all understood? Should I read again? Remember, if there's anything you don't understand, raise your hand. I'll explain all over again. And I'll continue now. Now, a lot of people think that if I'm driving my car and my car has got air condition and I have got a navigator, I got also music and my kids can watch the video behind. So they say, but now that we are driving, let's use everything because we are driving anyway. So it's like they think it's free. But remember, every electronic gadget is causing you to use more fuel. So people don't know that. So gli apparecchi e dispositivi che funzionano a corrente elettrica. All the gadgets and dispositions that work with electricity, radio, luci, lunotto termico, fanno aumentare il consumo di carburante. They cause you to increase your consumption of fuel, and that is true. Now, these panels, pannello integrativo, they never come on their own. They always have a sign on top. For example, there'll be a no parking sign, and it specifies when you should not park. You see 2 hammers over here. Hammering means you're working. These are work days. 2 hammers here means from Monday to Friday when you're working. And if there's a day off, you'll find a cross because we are in a Catholic country. Usually we have Saturday, Sundays there'll be a cross. That means it's vacation, the holidays. So it's saying è posto sotto un segnale di obbligo. If it's put below obbligo sign, indicates that esso means that sign, vale means valid, dalle ore 8 alle ore 8 is valid from 8 to 8, nei giorni lavorativi on working days. And that is exactly true. Have you all understood? Okay, let's carry on. Servo sterzo. Now the steering wheel is called sterzo. The other word for sterzo, the steering wheel is now, the reason why I ask you is because I want you to know that anybody can be asked. So please stay alert. Just give me 45 minutes of your attention. So be ready. Your name will be dragged in. Don't be too shy. Because I tell you why people are afraid. There are lots of people who know the answer, but they'll not raise their hand because they think the moment they open the mouth, they'll croak and everybody laugh. They think everybody laugh at them. But that is not true. But everybody has the same fear. So don't worry. You're not new. Tell me, Sir Fernando.
Volante.
Volante. So sterzo e volante are 2 words for steering wheel. So servo sterzo is hydraulic electronic steering. Okay. So it says non funziona se motore è spento. Your electronic steerings won't work if your motor is off. Yes, it won't work if it's off. And that is true. Intersezioni a livelli sfalsati. Now, there are two kinds of intersections in Italy. There is intersezione a raso, that you find at the same roads meeting at the same level, which is a normal intersection in English language. Whereas a road that is going down and there's a flyover on top is called intersezione a livelli sfalsati, on different levels. Got it? So it says, if you're driving, normally what is the advantage of intersezione livelli sfalsati? That none of the vehicles need to slow down. The cars driving down don't need to slow down for the cars driving on top. There is no traffic light, there is no intersection, there is no slowing down. Does it make sense? It is good, right? To have it. So it says, but it's saying there is no speed limit valid for them. You can drive without any limit. Who said that? No valga, no limiti massimi di velocità. Nonsense. They said no speed limits are valid for them. That is not true. Okay. Jim Harrison, you want to say something? Your hand is constantly raised. Okay. Now I'll leave you with a small word. So now I hope you understood a lot, and this should make a big difference when you do quiz on your own. Now, a couple of things. Tomorrow and the after, there are no classes. Only the classes shall be for those people who have taken their dates, and they belong to a special category of advanced students who I do random classes according to my free time at disposition, and they'll be called and you'll be invited. Whereas other people at 6 o'clock, those who are trained at 6 o'clock, your brain will suggest you, oh, it's time to do the quiz. Do not disappoint your brain. Do the quiz, even if I'm not having a class. Do something that is involving your license, because if it's your brain is trained, it will automatically prompt you to do it. Okay, that do is I think now you should do something. Otherwise, you will feel empty at 6 o'clock tomorrow. If you don't do that, you will feel emptiness inside, that something is missing. That is what is important. Keep that thing growing, and remember. Now, what is motivations? The motivations are emotions. Emotions come and go. They are not trustworthy. So don't depend on motivations. You should have a plan. You know that Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. You must say, I have a plan. I have a plan that I will get my license no matter what happens. Stick to your plan even if there's no motivation. Because the moment you start doing something, even if you don't, because remember, our brains are wired not to become smart or rich or happy. They are not wired. They're just meant to make you survive. They'll make you live. So whatever's causing discomfort, your brain will come up with small ideas. Very tricky, your brain. Don't trust it. It'll give you an, oh, I can do it tomorrow. It's not a problem. I'm too tired. I've worked so hard. I deserve to break. All this is nonsense. The moment you start doing it, your motivation will follow. So remember, thought is just a thought. Emotions, let's say thought is a very dry. It's a thought. It can go away. Emotions are juicy. Okay. So you make sure that you take advantage of that, but don't wait for emotions to arrive. Start moving. Emotions are thoughts in motions. So when you start moving, automatically your emotions will follow. Automatically motivation will come. So of course, what I say motivates you, but it's like a soda bottle opening. It pop, will go down. You keep it up all the time. So if you have a plan, I said, I'll do it at 6 o'clock. I'll give myself, make a plan, do a promise to yourself, and don't break a promise. You see, we respect other people who keep their word. They say, man, he's a man of words. Respect yourself. Respect a commitment to give yourself. The moment you keep on saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, you lose trust in yourself. And that is very, very bad. That is so remember, give a plan, stick to a plan, even when things are not comfortable, things are not ideal. I'll leave with this note. So I hope this guides you for the rest of the 2 days when you're not with me, and I'll meet you on Monday. I hope you enjoyed my class. I enjoyed your company very much. If you have any questions, ask me now or remain silent forever. Have a lovely weekend. Buona serata. Buon weekend a tutti. Arrivederci.
Thank you so much.
Grazie
God bless
mille.
you.
Bye. Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye-bye.